Tonight on It's the Law, we're talking about social media. What you put on the internet can play a big role if you're ever caught up in a legal battle. Our Ashley Minnelli sat down with attorney Jay Davis to learn more.
Nowadays, you can pretty much post whatever you want online.
That's true.
No limits for anyone. So let's say someone is filing for custody of a child. Can a legal team use a picture from Facebook or Instagram against them?
Sure. Now, attorneys have always used pictures, pulling things in from where people have them, but more and more they're coming from all over the place.
Okay.
All over, they're passed around. Things that somebody might upload to something and not realize where they might wind up, they'll wind up in court. They will wind up there.
Now, during a story we reported on one of our newscasts, we told viewers about a custody battle in court where a judge actually used Facebook to determine a person's character, used it against them. So how much of a factor do you think that it plays in the courtroom?
That all depends on the trier of fact, and that sometimes is the judge with custody hearings, with child support hearings and stuff like that. When they're going to try to figure out who the child should be placed with, the judge is going to hear that, and sometimes in the full divorce they will. But other times you might have a jury with a divorce, and the jury is going to see those pictures, hear that thing, or the video, watch whatever there is to see.
All right, and obviously, since we said you can pretty much put anything, what kind of legal advice do you have for people when they use social media sites?
Well, people need to be careful and aware. Now, I personally support the First Amendment and being able to speak and say freely what you feel and what you do. But you have to be aware that if you're doing those things and there's some negative aspects to them, that you're going to have to pay the consequences for that if they show up in court. If your spouse is sort of holding back and you don't have the evidence and they might have the same inklings, they might not be shown so much in court as the ones you put out there and post for the world to see.
All right, and has this ever come up in one of your cases before?
Sure, there's actually been a couple of cases where somebody's posted something that, I had one case where there was the wife, which was my client, had been at the beach and written in the sand, "Life is good." And so the other attorney tried to show that as something relevant. You have to just decide whether or not it's relevant or not relevant.
Okay.
Some of those things, they might bring in tons of pictures that come. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. You just have to be able to justify it. And another one I've told a client, be careful what you're showing on Facebook. You're getting a little rough out there. Be careful what they're going to see.
All right, careful before you click, right?
That's right.
All right, and Jay, quickly tell us what's coming up on It's the Law Weekend Edition.
It's the Law Weekend Edition this weekend and after Black Friday, all the spending. When you get done with spending all your money, we need to talk about bankruptcy. What's your rights with regard to bankruptcy, with regard to the debt that you're going to get in through the Christmas season, through those Black Friday times during Thanksgiving and all that. So we're going to be talking about all of that with Know Your Rights.
And remember, you can catch Jay and his legal experts every Saturday on My 41.2 on at 3 p.m. and on Sunday right here on 41 NBC at 6 p.m. And don't forget, if you have a legal question for Jay, you can email it to us at itsthelaw@41nbc.com, and we will answer it right here on the news at 6.